Hello.
Hello.
Did you like that, Malcolm?
Hello. I did like that, yeah. How long do you spend on that then?
Well, once I actually figured out what I wanted to do with it, about 15 minutes.
Yeah.
But it took me about 4 hours to figure out which direction to go with it.
Yeah. That's after you've worked on it for 4 hours.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. So tonight, obviously, we've got legendary Malcolm Charles with us from Malls for Heroes. Thank you for joining us, Malcolm.
You're welcome.
Of course, it's Christmas Eve.
It is.
Do you have an alcoholic drink with you, Malcolm?
I don't. Nope.
Oh, that's sacrilegious. It's Christmas Eve, dude.
True. But no, I haven't got one. Well, I'll tell you why. It's usually a bit later on I get poured a glass of port or something that I might pretend someone else is drunk.
Fair enough. Well,
but we'll see what turns up. I have asked for. I haven't had my tea yet, so I have asked for some things to be delivered to the shed.
Ooh.
Ooh.
You got your very own delivery.
Yes, yeah. So,
on the instruction says deliver to shed at the bottom of the garden.
I'll call my wife a deliverer with that. I might stop all deliveries.
Yeah. Well, I decided against beer tonight, and instead I've gone for this.
Oh,
Penderyn single malt whiskey.
Oh, okay.
In a lovely bottle. Some nice Welsh gold.
Right. Nice. Nice. Well, there's a bit of water in that, I hope.
No. No water whatsoever.
Have you chilled the glass or something? Or?
I've got whiskey stones.
Oh, what should do? Oh, we had this conversation, didn't we?
Mm-hmm. We did. So, how are you enjoying your time off, Malcolm?
Yeah. So I was supposed to have December off, wasn't I? And I've only really been able to slow the wheels down to. Well, in the last, it took 2 weeks, I guess, to slow down.
Yeah.
For me to slow down and to stop doing everything, and just to let it let Models for Heroes carry on until I get back.
Yeah. That's fair enough.
Yeah. So,
at least it's a change of pace, if nothing else.
Yeah. So over December, Models for Heroes is not taking any referrals or running any new organizations or anything like that. So you just get time to catch up. So I've had time to catch up on making new processes for us, writing new policies, updating stuff that we should have done. We just don't have the staff to do,
Yeah.
All the boring things.
Yeah, excellent. Have PayPal released the funds yet?
I don't know. You have to ask my treasurer. But if she does deliver my dinner, then we can ask her then.
Yeah, you can. 2 seconds whilst I just uncork this.
Is Tiff all right? Tiff's muted.
Tiff's fine. Sorry, I was pouring some Coke. I didn't want to.
No worries.
Because I'm drinking that tonight.
Oh, okay.
You having some Uncle Phil?
Yeah.
Run. What do you drink that with?
Coke. And it tastes like cherry Coca-Cola.
Oh. Right, yeah.
I'm driving, unfortunately.
You're having cracking with Coke?
Yeah.
It tastes cracking.
Fair enough.
Write that down. That's cool. Well, yeah, hopefully I'll get something delivered. We'll see. We'll chat about it.
Yeah.
It's quite strange being on StreamYard without all the buttons on the right, all the controls.
It's a little bit disorientating, isn't it?
Worrying.
It was a bit strange this morning when I was streaming this morning.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, that's so good.
Well, cheers, you two.
Cheers, buddy.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah. I was saying to Tiff before, my mate got me a bottle of this, not last Christmas before. And it took me about 6 months to drink it, but I've been waiting for 1.5 years for another bottle. And the wife got me one from shopping the other day. We've got plenty of chat already. We've already got 14 people.
14.
So,
We've got nothing better to do.
Yeah. They're obviously keen to spend some time with you, Malcolm.
The fools. Yes. Well, what are we going to be working on? Or are we going to go through chat first?
We'll go through chat first. So Chris says hi, Tiff. Tiff says hi, Chris. Tiff Sonic. Sonic says oi oi. Athol says evening all. Evening, Athol.
Hello.
Sonic says hey, Athol. Chris says hi, Sonic and Athol. Chris, hi, Mikey and Malcolm. Hello.
Hi.
Hi. Yeah, hi. Athol. Hi, Chris, Sonic, Malcolm, Mikey, and Tiff. Hello.
Hello.
Was that the royal wave then, Malcolm? Phil says, happy Christmas Eve, everyone. And you, buddy.
You too.
Julian says, evening all.
I do.
Evening.
Chris says, hi, Julian. Jim, hello and good afternoon. Hello, Jim.
Hello.
So it feels weird doing 2 streams in the same day.
I know.
Oh, you already did one today?
Yeah, we did one this morning with Steph.
Oh,
Yes, the buddy
Tuesday.
build this morning.
Yeah.
Tuesday.
Yeah.
Cool. Is it going well?
Yeah.
Ian says, good evening. Did Malcolm just threaten your whiskey, Mikey? If he did, I have a backpack kick-off button.
Removed. Yeah. We talked about this the other day, didn't we? Putting water in whiskey.
Yeah.
I was always taught to.
Yeah.
Just a bit.
Sacrilegious. Don't swear at me. Julian says, Merry Christmas, Chris, Tiff, Sonic, Athol, and Phil. Bugger Malcolm.
Yeah.
Jim says, hello, Sonic, and Merry Christmas to you, mate. Julian, Merry Christmas, Mikey, Tiff, and Malcolm. There we go. He's good, and Julian.
Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas.
Julian's our IC research. If there's anything you want to look up during the stream, don't bother looking it up. Just say, Julian, can you find this for me? And he'll find it.
Oh, he's fact checker.
Yes.
Yeah, I like that. That's good. It's useful.
Well, we've got IC research and we've got IC Modmin, and she's on screen.
That's good. Right.
We're organised on this channel. We have, you know.
What am I then? What am I in control of?
A very large organisation with a lot of people to look after. I think that's enough responsibility for one person.
Yeah.
Just a bit.
Yeah. Jim says, Merry Christmas to all the usual suspects in chat. Julian, Merry Christmas, Ian and Jim. Jim, Merry Christmas to our gracious host. Hello, Jim.
Hey, Jim.
Sonic, Happy Holidays. Athol, afternoon, Jim, evening, Julian plus Ian. Jim, Merry Christmas, Athol. Darren Hall's in. He says, hi, everyone. Hello, Darren.
Hi.
Malcolm says, Merry Christmas, all. Merry Christmas, Malcolm.
Yes.
I wrote that myself.
You did? And it's spelled correctly as well.
With
Yes,
the
it is.
capitals and everything.
I capitalised it. There's a space after the exclamation mark. I don't know why that's there. It doesn't really need an exclamation mark, to be honest.
It's a very shouty Merry Christmas, all.
It is a bit, yeah. It's what text speak have been doing when the kids.
Yeah.
So my kids get upset if I use a full stop. Because they think it's me being cross or cross with them if I put a full stop in a text message. So I don't put full stops in anymore.
Okay.
Yeah. Darren says, nice to see you all again. And you, Darren.
You too.
Sonic says, hey, Darren. Modded, can you possibly post the link to this in the Discord for me? Because I forgot to do it.
I can indeed.
Thank you. Darren says, hi, Sonic. Jim says, if I could, I would paint the undersides of Malcolm's tanks as Christmas presents.
Gosh. Well, you paint the undersides of my tanks as a Christmas present. For me.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Well, you're going to use your own paint. I don't care what you do. But...
Once he's painted them, that's it. Not
That's
bothered.
funny, isn't it? So many people go on about that painting the underside of the tank thing. Do I need to explain that, or do people know what that is?
I mean, you can do if you want. There's no harm in
Right.
explaining it.
Yeah, so I have this thing where I try to save paint. All the resources that we use, trying to save paint, save glue, all that kind of thing. And I used to tell people not to bother painting the underside of the tank because no one's going to ever see it. So don't worry about it. And if you think about the amount of paint on the bottom, it's probably, say, a third of the amount of paint that you need for the top.
Yeah.
So for every tank you don't paint, you've got a third extra paint for the next one.
That's true.
Okay. And then unless you're going to be literally showing your bottom off,
Really?
there's no point painting it, is there?
True. Especially if it's going to be on a diorama.
Yeah, so some people have been going to the very extra effort just to wind me up, to prime it and then paint it and then highlight it, weather the underneath. And the underneath looks better than the top bit. And even so much as we were talking about having a group build, just the bottom of tanks. You know, loads of like tanks upside down or jumping or...
Yeah, I could see that. That'd be a good topic for the M4H table.
maybe another year.
Well, next year is another year.
Well, yes, it is. But I've got plenty to do. Plenty to do.
Athol says, hi, Darren. Darren says, hi, Athol. Sonic says, a very large organization. Oh, dear, Sonic. He started already.
Organization.
Yes. I think he was trying to imply you have a big organ.
Oh, I see.
It's Sonic's usual humour.
Well, I have size 12s.
Yeah, make of that what you will.
It's very tall.
Julian says, good evening, Darren. No relation Hall. Yes. This is a conversation that happened yesterday. Julian and Darren have both got the same surname, but they're unrelated.
Well, that's just it.
So they call each other no relation Hall now. Darren says, hi, Julian. Sonic says, brothers from other mothers. Well, wouldn't it be fathers if they hadn't the same surname?
Depends on if they took the
No, it
father.
would be brothers from other mothers, wouldn't it? Because they'd have the same dad.
It's a saying, isn't it? My brother from another mother.
Yeah. George says, hello all. Hello, George.
Hey, George.
Oh, God, it's just jumped. Sonic says, hi, George. Darren says, extended family. Yes. The guys on Discord, Malcolm, we had a survey the other day, and they've chose to be addressed as the Bearded Veteran Creates Family, or BVC family.
Oh, they want to be called family.
Yeah. So it's not some weird thing, me just calling them that.
Did we talk about that recently?
Yeah.
The family thing or not? Did we not?
Yeah. Well, I gave them the choice. I didn't want to have any influence on it. So
I wasn't sure.
We did a poll on Discord, didn't we?
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if I had talked to you about that use of the word family or not. I remember if it was you who had a conversation.
Yeah, because we were talking about different streamers and stuff, weren't we?
Yeah.
George says, hi, Sonic. Darren says, hi, George. George says, hey, Darren. Athol says, hi, George. George says, the Cromwell jumping over a pack of hobnobs. My nan gave me hobnobs before because my blood sugars were low, so she gave me a pack of hobnobs so I could have some.
Oh, wow. Well, low sugar ones?
No, normal, because my sugars were low.
Oh, I see. A whole pack? Good Lord.
No, I only had 3 out of them, but she insisted I take the whole pack just in case. You know, in the 10-minute drive home.
Yeah, well, you know, we used to have something. Emergencies.
Penny says, evening all. Hello, Penny.
And Penny? Hello.
David says, save all the paint and glue by keeping your kits in the dark room and claiming their builds. Lazy painting. Mr. Charles, lazy painting.
Yeah, you could do that.
Sonic says, hi, Penny. Martin, how do from the People's Republic of Kidsgrovia. Sonic says, hey, David. Athol, evening, Penny and Martin. David, hi all. Penny, hey all. Jim, I can respect that, Malcolm. I came up in the modelling ranks with a mentor that painted all surfaces. There we go. Ian says, good evening, Kids Grovia. And Darren says, hi, Penny. Darren, hi, Ian. Julian, what can you make of that? Well, I can make a hat, a scarf, a boat, airplane is my friend.
A brooch.
Ah.
I think that's what it's
Julian
from.
says, hi, George. Julian says, hi,
Can I turn
Penny.
that camera off a sec?
Yep. Julian says, oh, and your microphone, Malcolm.
Oh, yeah, and that as well.
Julian says, hi, Martin and David. Darren says, hi, David. LJ says, a very merry Yule, y'all. Hello, LJ.
Hello.
Darren says, hi, Jim. And Penny says, right, time to head off for work. I'll be listening on mobile in the car, but no texting, obviously. Excellent. I'm
Good
very
to hear.
warm in here. I don't think she switched the heating off before she went upstairs. Darren says, hi, Stark. And Jim says, hey, Darren. There we go. So, oh, no, there's more. Julie says, all services, Jim. What about on the model? DJ says, hey, LJ. That could get confusing. Nigel says, I'm in from the pub, cake and rum in the mix. Nice.
I have cake in the kitchen and rum on my table.
Cakey.
Sonic says, hi, Nigel. Jim and Julian, hi-oh. Julian, Penny, Merry Christmas. There we go. Right.
I'm back.
Are you sorted, Malcolm?
Yes, I am. I've got my alcohol this evening.
Ooh. What have you got?
I brought it. So that's going to come in that.
Yes. Nice.
Tiger 131 glass. And it's going to be Tiger 131 beer.
Ooh. Cool.
Courtesy of the Tech Museum.
Hmm.
So I'm going to try that out. See how that goes down.
Excellent. Well, we've got 22 people watching. Do you want to meet your public, Malcolm?
What? What's that mean?
This is why I signed up for.
So I want to face my public. Face my. Sure. I've also got my sausage rolls, some apples, and crackers as well.
For those that don't know, do you want to tell us why you're here, Malcolm? By the way, I forgot to say that.
I can't remember. I've got nothing better to do. I've got nowhere else to go. Well, you'll have to remind me if I get it wrong, but I think it's because we haven't done a live stream together, and we hadn't before. And I was free this evening, and so are you. So,
yeah,
did we just say, "Oh, screw it, let's do that," or did we say we're going to do something specific?
No, so to do that, and you could do some modelling with everyone.
Oh yeah. That's right, and have a drink. That's right.
Yes.
So, cheers. It's quite bubbly.
Cheers to you, buddy. Thanks for all the support over the years.
You're welcome.
Julian says 24 watching and only 5 likes. Oi, click like, people. It's how muchly?
There's 11 likes now.
I liked it twice.
Ah, excellent.
Is that right?
That helps. Julian, good evening to you, sir. Ooh.
Oh,
wow. 50 says, welcome all. Please hit that like button. And Crazy Loacher. Modders.
Touch anything.
You only had one. Crazy Loacher's just sent $20. Thank you, Crazy Loacher. It's much appreciated, man.
Yeah.
That's cool.
June says, oh, okay, 11 likes. Jim says, cheers to all. I would say, is Jim having a drink with us, but he doesn't drink. No. So, do you want to meet your public?
Yeah, sure. Let's do that.
Let's let them in.
Pop the link in now.
Thank you, modders.
No worries.
What are you working on then? I don't know what you're making.
Who?
Both of you.
I'll be right back.
Oh, well, I suppose it'll be me then. I'm going to carry on painting my little lorry. Little green lorry.
Oh, yeah.
It's actually looking really nice. It looks really nice in green. I wasn't sure what colour to do it.
What's it going to have on the back? Is it going to have is it a flatbed?
Well, yeah, it's got that to go on the back. It's got another side to go on there, like, but that's just to make it easier to paint.
Okay.
But yeah.
I was just going to click on your screen to make you large, but I don't have that control.
That sounds like such a euphemism.
Will it make you big? I couldn't make it big.
Yeah. There we go. I think that's kind of looking quite nice so far. Just got to do more green on it, and then got the back, and I've got another panel.
What's the plan?
Well, it's going to go together, and it's going to be part of the train diorama that I do in the living room.
Oh yes, yeah. Yes.
Did I show you the actual train that I got the other day?
I think it is a 420 or something. No,
yeah,
a 042.
Oh, 42. That one.
Oh yeah.
£22.
It's not a good runner. That's right. You did show me.
Yeah, from House Models. Let me get some more.
Yeah, I remember now.
Yeah,
I was going to clean my camera because my cat decided yesterday on the Zoom.
Have you been having steamy moments in front of the camera?
No, not at all. No. My
Have
cat.
you been doing only Malcolm?
Like
only Hagrid.
All right. Let me know you're done, and I'll let you know. You keep up there. my
keep
cat
distracted.
My cat was up in my face yesterday. I was on Zoom doing a session, and he wanted. I don't know what he wanted, but he was rubbing himself on everything, including the webcam. So, and he was kind of sniffing it and stuff. And he's left cat on it. So I just had to wipe the cat off. Yeah. But I'm ready to go now.
So it wasn't only Malcolm then?
No. It was cat.
Bobby says, "Evening, everybody. Merry Christmas to you all. Hope you're all well."
Hi.
Yeah, indeed. Thank you, Bobby. Jim says, "A fine man you are, crazy loacher." Martin, at 1 minute past midnight, it'll be officially Christmas Day, so I can open the box to my Christmas present to myself and have a look at the instructions and the Tamir full RCVW Carmen gear. Nice.
Ooh.
That sounds fun.
Control. We were talking about the other day about the reboots of the Tamiya cars they've done.
Yeah.
Well, everything that came out a year ago or so now, the reboots. But there's about the Hot Shot and the Super Saber and all the old cool remote controls. Remember from my youth? All those were lucky enough to have the things because it was expensive.
Yeah. Kay tried to get me the radio controlled Mark IV tank last Christmas.
Ooh,
and a certain model company that's not far from you, Malcolm, sent it out and then it disappeared in the mail. So they had to give me the money back. I was not amused.
Oh dear. So you got refunded there?
Yeah.
Okay.
And now they've gone up to nearly double the price.
Okay.
Yeah, I've seen the price of some of those radio controlled model kits, and wow.
Yes.
Darren says, "Hi, Bobby." Julian, wow, very generous, crazy Locha. Merry Christmas. Indeed. Locha says, "Listening while driving." Bobby says, "Hey, Darren." Marta says, "If I'm honest, I'm terrified." You'll be fine, mate. Don't worry. Just take your time. Locha says, "Howdy, everyone." Julian says, "Hi, Bobby." We've got nobody up trying to come up on the panel yet. So Modders has put a link in. If anyone wants to come up and do some modeling with us, you're more than welcome.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Jim says, "I'm raising my..." Not unless you ask.
Yeah.
Jim says, "I'm raising my bottle of water in toast to good people, M4H, and the honour and privilege of giving to charity."
That's kind. I just had I just had a word with the treasurer. She delivered my beer and my sausage rolls, and she said because it's PayPal Just Giving Fund, she doubts that it will be in our account yet for Models for Heroes, because they take their sweet time, just PayPal with the Chip Giving Fund. But she's going to check, and if she gets, she sees anything, she's going to let me know. Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, unfortunately, the PayPal Giving Fund is not the best for quickly receiving funds, but it'll be fine. It'll be there.
Sonic says, "Hey, Bobby." Bobby says, "Hi, Julian DJ." Julian says, "Ditto Jim, tap water here, last of the big spenders." Athel says, "Hi, Bobby." Nothing wrong with Council Pop, lad. He says, "Very cool, Martin. I hope it's not like the Mark II Escort. That thing is a pig to build. I gave up." That's not encouraging him, is it?
No.
Yeah, I have a sort of philosophy when it comes to modelling, in that I refuse to surrender to it. No matter how bad it is, I will make something out of it.
That's good. Yes. You're, yeah. It depends. Yeah, I understand. I go by the philosophy that if I'm not having fun with it anymore, then it gets put aside. And if it's if it's taken over my days, I'm getting cross with it, and it's not fun anymore, it goes to the side. And I think I've never quit a model. I've never stopped or given up with one. I've definitely put them to the side or passed them to somebody else, but never quit one.
Wow. Chris has just sent €20. Thank you, dude.
Gosh. Brilliant.
Sorry, just sneezing.
I need to have that chat. I don't have to have that chat open, do I? It's already here.
Oh, it all got a bit too exciting then.
All that money.
Just over there.
There they go. Oh, Martin's drinking Hobgoblin Ruby beer. I like that one. It's nice.
Is it?
I need to blow my nose again.
It's Tiger 131. Itself.
Yeah.
Different.
Different good or different? Yeah.
It's from Piddle Brewery.
Oh. Was that foreshadowing, was it?
I don't know. The irony is not lost on me, though. That's quite nice. It is very oaty, very rye.
As long as it's not salty, it's fine.
It's not salty piddle.
Ian says, "Howdy, crazy lucha." June says, "No, Mikey, Malcolm's camera is sticky, not steamy." Dave says, "Spitfire Golden Ale gone. Badger Golden Champion almost gone. Doom Bar next to be opened. No water at all for the next 3 days. It's my mission." Shriveled up kidneys and a failing liver. That's your mission. Nice one.
Oh my god.
Martin says, "Ian, I hope it's okay, as it's possibly the most I've ever spent on a kit." Yeah. So you work on your thingamabobs?
Yes, I am. That's right. Yeah. So I've got 35 of these guys to paint. I've only done 10 of them up to this level of painting because I do 10 at a time, and that's much easier than doing 40 or so. So I've done 10 at a time. These are the bolt action British Airborne guys with red hats. So got those. Yes, I'm going to be doing the straps. I haven't painted those yet. I will also be painting some of the highlights on the face and the hands, and maybe the mugs as well. I don't like that kind of dark green mug.
Yeah. I can't see it's in focus. Not in focus.
There you go. Is that better? Can you see it now?
Just smash the camera with your hand. Yeah.
That's why my camera's
Just mash the
greasy.
camera. It's fine.
There we go.
There you go.
Oh, there you go.
So that's the mug on the back, but I think I might make that a bit dark or lighter. I mean, because you can't really see it's there.
I would say maybe put some metal dry brushing around the rim because they were tin mugs, weren't they?
They were. Yeah. Enamel tin thingies. Yeah.
Yeah.
So here we go.
Go.
So I've got a load of these boys to finesse, let's say.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm going to do tonight. And if I get that done, then it'll be a miracle. If I get that done, then I've got 5 of these guys to finish. This is from the 48 hour build with the Dutchies.
Yes. There you go.
5 of these guys. These are the cold winter. I know they're called. What are they called? Cold something.
Germans
got a box here.
freezing their nips off.
I don't think it's called that. No, here you are. Cold wind. It's called cold wind.
Oh, there you go.
And I'm going to do it exactly like this. The guys all kind of going through the windy bits. That's the plan. But that's taking me longer than it should do.
Bobby says, by the way, people, fantastic effort with the recent M4H Razor. There are some decent people out there. There certainly are.
Yeah,
we are very grateful.
Impressive. I don't know if it's...
I need to put the banner on, don't I? There we go.
That would be helpful.
There we go.
How did you feel about the fundraiser then?
No, David? Me?
You?
I was nervous as hell about doing it. I've never done anything like that before.
Really? Were you nervous about not raising any money?
Yeah.
Were you nervous about the responsibility, or were you nervous about what was it that was making you nervous?
Both, really.
Yeah. Did you do it again?
There you go. Yeah. Well, I've had a chat with the members, and we're thinking of doing one like every 6 months or so.
Right.
6 months or a year.
Okay.
Not sure yet.
Good.
But yeah.
That's great.
We don't want to do anything too close to 48, so.
No, that's right. Well, it depends on what people are invested in, what they're interested in, doesn't it? You know.
Yeah.
But yeah, that it was certainly a lot of money to raise. So well done, you guys.
Thank you, buddy.
There's going to be a lot of
David
tools.
says, got the Yeah, hopefully. David says, got the Hobgoblin Ruby and the Hobgoblin Imperial Ruby lined up for later. Dave's on a binge tonight, isn't he? Martin says, full feature Tamir RC is nearly $1,000. Now that's scary. Yes. That's almost as much as the 1/18 zeros, isn't it, Mel?
Yeah. 1/18 zeros. I think they retailed just under 1,000.
Oh, I was looking on Agora models earlier on. They're about 1,300 to buy the full kit.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Outright. Because I was looking at.
Still scares me.
What was it I was looking at? One of the Agora models. I can't remember which one it was.
Car?
I really like the look of it. I can't remember which one it is now.
Is it the James Bond one?
I think it was one of the cars.
Hmm.
Because that's what I'm interested in. I like the cars and like the motorbikes and stuff.
Right, yeah. Tell me.
Steve says, what the smeg are you doing on... Sorry, go on, Malcolm.
I was just saying, the thing about the remote controls is you build it up and then you've got to drive it about and then not crash it. That's the thing.
Yeah.
So
that's the thing.
Careful.
Yeah. And you got to repaint it every now and again.
Great fun.
Steve says, "What the
Make
smeg are you
that.
doing online at this time, Mikey?" Oh, what was that, buddy?
Sorry, there's a bit of a delay, isn't there? I was saying something. They're great fun to make, so it's worth it in that time. You know, they're really fun to make.
Yeah,
and they're well made, so you'll enjoy it, I'm sure.
Cool. Yeah. So Steve says, "What the smeg are you doing online at this time, Mikey?" Nigel says, "Modelling now, too tired and emotional, i.e., pished." Bless you.
Yeah, it is.
I'm sure there'll be plenty more occasions where you can do some modelling with Malcolm.
Yeah.
Just make sure he hasn't got his camera at the time.
Hungry.
June says, "No matter how bad a kit is, it can be rescued. Even a Mr. Crap kit can be used as a crash diorama." Yes. Exactly.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't know if you remember the tarp builds we did.
Yes.
Yeah, the tarp builds was
They were fun.
The amount of times that people put something could do something wrong with an armor
That's
kit.
how I learned to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's how I learned to do the flags. When I've got that guy draping a flag over a coffin on the ambulance diorama. I learned it by reading how people have done the thing. What's it called?
Yeah.
Tarps. Yeah. Sonic says, "Hey Steve, you smegging smeghead." Steve says, "Hello Sonic." Julian says, "Steve, list the list." Kaylee, my lovely wife, says,
"Hello
Steve, because I'm allowed him to." 2 seconds.
Hi, Katie.
Okay. I've not read that far ahead. Oh, there you go. Okay, I'll just quickly get through these. Steve says, "Hi, Julian." Sonic says, "Hey, Kaylee." Steve says, "Kaylee, thank you. Make sure he makes it up to you tomorrow." I will. Julian says, "Merry Christmas, Kaylee." Darren says, "Hi, Steve." Steve says, "Hi, Darren." Kaylee says, "Merry Christmas to all. Hope you're doing well." Athol says, "Hi, Kaylee. Same to you." Ooh, nice, Malcolm.
Ooh.
It looks tortured.
He's angry. His fighting face on.
Yeah. This is war face. Steve says, "It's Christmas, so I think you should treat us to some Kaylee on camera." Okay, does everyone want to see Kay?
Yeah, she wants to.
She's in her Grinch pajamas.
Oh,
Nice.
Right. Switch that one off. Right, come around here. You'll have to crouch down, love. I'll come over this way. There you go.
Hi, everybody.
hey!
Hi.
Hello.
Love those dramas. They're cool.
Merry
Grinchy
Christmas,
one.
They're very
Kaylee.
fleecy.
Merry Christmas.
You right? No. Get off my beard. Your Wally head. I know. Good job, really. Where do we go to? Kaylee says, "Hi, Athol." Darren, "Merry Christmas, Kaylee." Jim, "Kaylee, a Merry Christmas to you as well." Steve, "Hi, Jim." Kaylee, "Well, I could come say hello on camera." Julian, "Considering your initial target was £200 initially, the eventual 1,410 is awesome, Mikey." It was, wasn't
Yeah.
it? You all did very well. I was very impressed.
Yes, we were joking that you missed the target.
Yeah.
Can't do that right.
Yeah, I failed. I missed the target.
You missed it.
Steve says, "Yes, please." Drew says, "Sounds like a plan, Kaylee." Sonic says, "Decent miles from Rays. Have to be proud of that." Yeah, I'm very proud of the guys. They did really well. And of course, a lot of the donations came from subscribers of Gary's channel as well. Gary stuff.
Yeah.
So big thank you to them.
Absolutely.
June says the part work prices are indeed horrendous. Yeah. Jim says, Steve, hello. Darren says, I know I'm building one. June says, why am I getting Marillion flashbacks? Oh, yeah, Kaylee. Wrong spelling, though. No, that's how she actually spells her name, Julian. She just uses Kaylee on YouTube. Brian says, like 2 peas in a pod. Oh, thank you, Brian. I think we've been married over 9 years now, so yeah. We spend pretty much every day together, so well, we do spend every day together. Steve says, haha, great, thank you. Ian says, hi, Kaylee. Nigel says, Merry Christmas, Kaylee, and your hairy mate. Thank you, dude. Julian, get off me beard, as the actress said to the bish. Oh, no, that doesn't work.
Oh, God.
Right. I'm going to put it in again. There you go. If anyone wants to come up and have a chat with the 3 of us, you can do. Nigel says, I don't know, Julian. I've known some very strange women. If they like men with beard, they have taste.
Well, that's the reason I shaved mine off.
Julian says, I thought it's because you had wind. That's what I heard.
Well, yes. Okay. Yeah, the wind problem was the problem.
Yes. Oh, so it wasn't that you had wind; it was wind in general.
Yeah, general wind. That's the reason I shaved my beard. Because they do catch a good breeze, don't they?
There we go. Yes, and they act a little bit like a sail, don't they?
Yep, that's why I got rid of mine. I was unable to eat a burger that I got from a dirty burger van, and I was walking across a cliff edge, I guess, and I could not eat this burger. And I was like, right, that's it. Nothing gets between me and my food. So I went that night, shaved it off.
After years of your wife complaining about it.
Yeah. All she had to do
Did she stand there and go, seriously? All they have to do is offer you food.
Yeah, I'm a very simple man.
Easily pleased. Kaylee says, I am a strange woman. Oh, bless you, love. Marta says, Mikey, look after your missus. It'll be my 4th Christmas since I lost Helen, my wife, at 33 years to the coof, and it doesn't get any easier. Oh, buddy, I'm so sorry.
Oh, dear. That's horrible.
Oh. It's not fair to life sometimes, is it?
No.
There's a hill.
Nigel says, I'm rather facially hirsute myself. Jim, I'd make an appearance, but seeing I'm away from home, I can't partake in any model making. It doesn't matter. If you just want to talk to Malcolm, you can do.
Yeah.
Even if you just want to say hello and then pop off again, it's perfectly fine.
Always a pleasure, Jim.
You don't even have to come on camera if you don't want. Julie says, General Wind, whose adjutant is Major Confusion? Batman Corporal Punishment. There we go. Jim says, Julian, let us not forget General Nuisance. Yes, that is Julian all over. Oh, you're joking. Darren says, my thoughts are with you, Martin. Yeah. Well, you got us tonight, Martin, and then you got modders tomorrow in the morning to keep you company.
Yeah.
Don't make him feel blessed.
So it's not much compensation, but at least it's something, mate. And you've always got us on Discord.
Yeah, someone's
Judy
always
says,
around
"Lol,
on
Jim."
that.
Oh yeah. I mean, you commented at like 2-3 o'clock this morning, didn't you?
About that time, yeah.
Sonic says, yeah. Sonic says, "Are there any private parts asking for a friend?" Oh dear. And Bobby G says, "DJ Sonic."
I'll slap him later before he goes home.
Yeah. He'll only enjoy it.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Right.
Hello.
Very nice. Right. I want to address this one. Right. Martin, please do not apologise if you're missing your wife, mate. We want you to open up and talk about it, okay? If you feel you need to talk, that's what we're here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Indeed.
Come on.
Have you got a delay or have I?
Yeah.
I think
Sorry,
Mikey
sometimes
did.
my USB drive shuts down.
Oh.
No, I think it's mine, mate. It happens from time to time with mine.
All right.
Okay. Yeah, so please don't apologise, Martin. If you need to talk, that's what, like I said, we're always on Discord for you, mate. You're not on your own. There you go. Kaylee's just said Mike can come on tomorrow if people want him to. There you go.
You've been released.
So, yeah, plenty of company. Yes. Freedom. Oh, joking. Julian, crying laughing. I'm not a general nuisance. He's the CO. I am Major Menace. Nigel
General
says,
Menace.
"Are we heading into Captain Pugwash territory here?" No. Yes. Julie says, 100% what Mikey said, Martin. Ooh. Tweety birds. Darren says, "Here, here." There you go, Martin. See? You're amongst friends here, buddy. Sonic is taking us down to a whole new level with Master Who.
That's
since I know what he's getting
Biff,
at,
isn't it?
My old... I'm not sure. But I know our captain, our admin officer, his name was Major Bates.
Mm-hmm.
So imagine what the stick he got when he was younger.
Mm.
Come on, beat the club and do some modelling with us.
We don't even have to do any modelling.
Wants to say hello. It's Christmas Eve.
It's probably why people are not wanting to come
I'm
on.
not even getting the chance to do any modelling.
They just want to chill out.
Yeah, maybe.
Entertain us, Mikey. That's what we're saying.
I've just had a message off Julian saying, "Has YouTube collapsed or is it my ISP?" Good question. Well presented.
I'll refresh this.
We could be talking to ourselves.
No, live is still going. It's perfectly fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's working fine on my screen, my PC.
We're still down on the likes. Like we've only got 17. Come on, people. Sonic says, "Don't blame me. I didn't mention Pugwash. Lol." And Kaylee says, "Hello, hello, darling." And she says, "Lol." And Steve says, "To be honest, that Pugwash thing is an urban myth. They didn't have those names."
Yeah,
I don't know.
it's true.
I wasn't alive.
Check it out
I wasn't
on
alive the first time around.
Google.
Oh, that was nice whiskey. It says on the bottle you're not to drink it if you're pregnant. I think I'm safe though. Avoid alcohol if pregnant or trying to conceive. Sorry, Kaylee. I've had a drink tonight.
Quick, get some coffee.
Water I do need, actually. I need a bottle of water. Hey, Skiffers is in.
Hey.
He says, "Evening all, I have run out of bacon for my sausages."
Yeah.
That's
well, code.
We haven't got any bacon on here, but if you want to come up and spend some time with us and introduce everyone to your pet gerbils, then you can do.
So,
and Sonic says, "Hey, Skiffy."
I was doing the outro. Have you told anyone that? I did the outro, you did the intro.
I told Tiff.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, go on. Go for it.
Yeah, I did. Gerbil makes an appearance in the outro, so stay and watch that. Because it took me at least three or 4 minutes to do the outro. It's worth watching.
I love that outro though. I'm actually going to keep it and use it for other things.
Oh, okay. That's fine. You can, if you just send me a
hello, Jim, in his Christmas jumper.
Hello.
Merry Christmas. Hello to all.
Hello.
Hey. Commission payment.
Hey, buddy.
Hello, Malcolm.
Hey,
my darling Clowen.
Pardon me?
You all right, buddy?
Did someone say something to me? I'm sorry, I missed it.
Did you fart then, Jim?
No.
I said, did you fart then?
No. Well, somebody's got a squeaky chair.
That's Mikey opening his bottle of whiskey.
Okay. Well, I raise my glass of agua to you, sir. Merry Christmas and the best to you. And everyone in chat, Tiffany. Yeah, there you go. I'll have to practice that for a few days. If you could send that to me on Discord in Welsh, I can maybe take some lessons on how to say it and learn another phrase from another language.
Yeah.
It's always good.
Yeah. I'll send it to you now, Jim.
Okay. Thank you. Well, the thing is, I would need your help, pronouncing it. Maybe you could, drop a short video post of yourself pronouncing it. Then I could use that as an example of how to, because I'm not going to be able to read it and come anywhere near it.
You can always watch the video, this stream again.
True.
Let's have a look at the 54 minutes and 58 seconds. There you go.
Okay. Excellent. Thank you. Yes, I'll bookmark that. Yeah.
Nice to see you, Jim.
Well, nice to see you too, Malcolm. Warhammer figures?
These are bolt action figures.
Okay. And what size are those?
There's a 28 millimeter.
Okay. So 156 scale.
Correct. Yes. Otherwise known as 156. Yeah.
Okay, there you go. I'm starting to get my scaling down a little bit.
Yeah. Very good.
There you go, Jim. I've
54
just sent
millimeter is 135th. Or 132nd, excuse me, 132nd, I believe.
Well,
as I recall, back in the old days, Hysterex figures used to make 54 millimeter figures. Excuse me.
So that's on the right, on the left of your screen is a 135th figure, and on your right screen is a 156th figure.
Yes. Yeah, I mean it's nice detail. Either you're bringing it out with an awesome paint job, or they are easy to paint. In some cases, newer figures are because of all the detail that's molded into them now.
No, there's loads of detail. So these are the ones I haven't done, haven't painted yet. But they're see that?
Well, wait a minute. I got to put my contact lens back in. There we go. So, you got it.
Yeah. So right they're heroes.
That is magnificent.
No, you're right. There's an incredible amount of detail there. You're right.
Their hands are slightly bigger and their heads are slightly bigger than they normally would.
Yeah, well.
So if I show you a 176 figure, there you go. See, the hands are tiny and the head's tiny.
Yeah.
But these guys are kind of enlarged or engorged. No, enlarged, because it's just easier paint, and they are all gaming pieces. So if they're on a big table,
yes, that's correct.
You can see them. That's why I'm kind of painting them over the top in terms of highlights, so that they'll stand out from a distance.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah. Okay. Very good. Very good.
Jim, I've just sent you that phrase in private message on Discord.
In the Discord? Okay, I'll take a look at it. Okay. Here it is.
It's actually not as difficult as it's.
Yeah, you're right.
Skiffers is in.
Nadolid Lawan? Or is it Lawan? Is it two L's pronounced?
So the double L is.
All right. Well, I got to clear my throat.
The two L's in Welsh is one letter.
Oh my long lost British doppelganger is here, James. Merry Christmas.
How are the gerbils, James?
Jim, I guess that's never going to go away.
It's a bit personal.
You missed that, Jim.
I've only come on for a very short period of time because I will need to go shortly to go and get the wife from work. But I was more concerned that the agent hadn't contacted me about fees about the gerbil. If the gerbil is making an appearance, that's not gone through the agent.
Oh, well, it must be in the post. It must be delayed.
Okay.
I think it might be a different gerbil. In fact, it is a different gerbil. So don't worry. Yeah, nothing. No IP has been trounced.
I just want to make sure, Malcolm, that you are aware that you should have a noise as you do a backwards movement. Got health and safety. I have got my yellow jacket on this evening, so can you please make sure you do that?
Understood. Merry Christmas, James.
Merry Christmas, everyone.
Merry Christmas, James.
Hello, doppelganger.
Hey, I'm good. Thanks. And you? Before you go, James, I'm a little bit on the fringe about this whole gerbil thing and how it all came about. If someone could offer a quick explanation, then I could catch up with it.
Right. Okay. Well, I think the person for that would be Mikey, because Mikey's hallucinations and smoking of weed.
Well, he certainly seems the most enthusiastic about it.
Oh, definitely. I must say that
I haven't smoked any weed. I don't need to.
Well, that was probably set out of. I missaid that. Sorry. No weeds.
Here, I'll take my glasses off. There we are. Now look at this. We're on the same level too. So okay, keep going on, Mr. Giffens. I'm sorry.
So basically, Mikey threw a gerbil into a stream that I was doing, and hasn't let it go. I don't know.
Yeah, it's got quite a life, apparently. I mean, I always keep catching the back end of jokes about it, so I knew something was in the air, but I wasn't sure what it was. But okay, so that's what happened. So how did the gerbil wind up making an appearance?
Basically, James admitted to shoving gerbils up his ass through a tube. And then he went, ew, 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 ew.
I knew it. Right, I just need to go.
I kind of have a hard time believing that.
So now, me and Julian keep saying that he has gerbils.
I got to be honest with you, Jim. I find it very hard.
Watch his live stream with Carl.
Yeah, I bet you would. Yeah,
it's quite uncomfortable, really. I was just even thinking about it, let alone talking about it.
Yeah, I hear you on that one. It's like I'm going to eat all my meals standing up for a couple of days.
Yeah, you don't want to be wiping your nose.
Yeah. By the way,
you
nice
don't want to be eating a lot of meals either.
Very cool. I wish I'd like to get some model brand T-shirts. That's something I don't mind advertising.
To be honest with you, I bought this so many years ago that it's actually even the moths have stopped eating it because I think they all died.
All the nutrients are gone from it, so the moths have no value. There's no value to it anymore for them. Yeah. Oh God, here we are. Oh, all right. Now we're getting props.
Now I understand why he went off to get his nuts.
Okay. Yes. That is the character from Ice Age.
I believe Welsh is the only language to have double letters as single letters in the alphabet. Yes, it is.
Okay. So that's where we get the name Lloyd from?
Yes.
Right.
Okay.
Except in Welsh, it's pronounced
Lloyd. No, it's Lloyd.
So if you press the tongue into the roof of your mouth and blow down the right-hand side of your tongue.
I'll have to practice that on my own. I'm not going to do it here. Well, now I know what Rowan Atkinson meant by that joke. Never ask for directions in Wales. You'll be washing spit out of your hair for a fortnight.
Yeah. But I'll be really impressed if you learn to say it, Jim.
I'll let you know how to
practice. It's quite hard for
English
people to say Welsh words.
Yeah, I get it. It's quite the
there's a place not far from me,
language.
Which is pretty close to George, that has that same letter in it twice. So it's Llangollen. Because a lot of the English can't say it, they call it Llangollen.
Yeah, I think that's how I would look at it originally, and say it that way. Like, oh my God. There were some names of leading figures during the Welsh Rebellion. What was his name? Owen Glendoran, I think was his name. Was that it? I can't remember.
Glendower.
That's it. Yeah. See, I knew that there was.
Yeah. So
there's one way to say Welsh, it, and there's a proper way to say it.
Yeah. So in Welsh, a W is pronounced as a U, and a Y is pronounced as an So it's Glendower.
Did he say Yes, I believe he did.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes. A W is pronounced as U, as in the uppercase U.
Yeah.
And Y is pronounced as in lowercase.
Okay.
So it's Glendower.
Well, that makes things a little simpler to grasp. I mean, like German, it's V's are W's and W's are V's, and there is no it's t. So Thomas Mann, thunderstorms, things like that. So,
and did you know there's no letter J in the Welsh language?
I remember you mentioning that earlier when you talked about the name Jones and the story behind the names of people being given just any name because they didn't have a last name that was English. Is that correct? Yeah.
Well, they didn't have surnames much at all. It was more Owain of the Valley or Owain of the Valley on the Hill.
Oh, right. Okay, yeah. So there is no letter J. Okay, all right. It's fascinating.
Sonic says, saying the Welsh is like Red Dwarf Crew's enemy speak. I'm sure Steve knows what I mean by that. Julie says, gerbils in the air. I've heard of human cannibals, but airborne rodents.
Uh-oh.
Kaylee says, glad I'm not Welsh. That's true, she isn't.
No, she's English,
She's
correct?
English.
Yeah. What's her family's name?
Much to my... well...
You don't have to say it if you don't have to say it. It's okay.
First... Her original surname was Agnew, the French name.
Okay. Agnew.
Yeah.
There's a very famous Agnew in American political history.
But we'll not get into politics.
That's right.
Julian says, "Oh hell no! Now I have." Julian says, "Oh hell no! Now I have Phil Collins in the air tonight in my head. Oh God, that song will never be the same again."
Oh, Julian.
Flying
Now,
rodents. I like
in
it.
fairness, give me a second. I will try and put a link in the chat. I'll have to go away and do it. I can show you a video to do with Phil Collins that will just change your opinion forever. Bear with.
Won't be able to pop it in the chat.
Have you watched the? Yeah. Did you watch that recent one, Malcolm? What he did with his son?
No.
It's really good. They go through they talk about his entire musical career and about all the different things and his memories about him, and they show him photos and things and get him to talk about it.
Yeah, I thought it was on, but I didn't.
It's really good.
Watch it now. I was when I saw the advert for the documentary, I was quite shocked at how old Phil Collins looked.
Yeah,
I remember him being sprightly and springy, and but I guess that's just the passage of time, I suppose.
Yes, I hear you, Malcolm. I too was surprised by his appearance when I saw that.
Well, it's the passage of time and years of alcoholism as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, is that what?
He's openly admitted that there was times where he would get that drunk that his kids would have to drag him through the house. Yeah.
Jeez.
Wow.
He admitted that there's times where he'd get that drunk that his kids would find him passed out on the kitchen floor and things, and they'd have to drag him to bed.
That's tragic, man.
Yeah, it's pretty tough on the kids too.
Yeah. Sonic says, I believe Welsh for Wales is Cymru, pronounced Cymru. Yes, it is.
Cymru.
It's not. Wales in Old English actually means foreigner.
Right.
Cymru means, it doesn't mean Wales, it means countryman.
Where does the Welsh language come from, or the roots of it?
The roots of it are in the Celtic languages.
Ah, okay.
So Welsh, as it is, goes back hundreds and hundreds of years before the Saxons and things.
Right. Okay.
So the poems and legends of King Arthur were originally came from the old Welsh poetry and things. That's where King Arthur came from.
Okay. Well,
contrary to every nation in the world claiming that King Arthur started there. Which is bizarre. Apparently, King Arthur was born in about 4 different places in the UK.
Yeah,
the first ever mention of him was in Welsh poetry.
Well, I just learned that now. I mean, I've heard King Arthur since I was a boy, but there was never any discussion about where he came from. It was just kind of accepted as a fictional character.
Yeah. Julie says, not forgetting the linguistic landmines of Llanfairfechan and Pontypridd. There we go.
So how do you say the village that the film or the television series A Prisoner was filmed at?
Portmeirion.
It is. Okay, it's just that simple. Okay, all right, because that's what I've been calling it for years.
Bobby says, I can barely speak English. Same here, buddy. Kaylee then she was adopted and she became Williams, and then she got married and it became my surname, which I'm not going to say on here.
Right, don't.
Martin
right.
says, if there's no letter J, how do we account for the engine driver in either the engine? Wasn't he Jones the Steam? Yes, he was. And that goes back to the Doomsday books, because a lot of Welsh people didn't have surnames, but they wanted a surname to put in the Doomsday book. So anyone that didn't have a surname, they just wrote Jones or Williams next to the name.
Yeah.
And that's where it came from.
Yeah, because Tom Jones, the singer.
Yeah. Brian says, good night all. Hope you all have a wonderful Christmas. Good night, Brian. See you later, dude.
Brian, Merry Christmas to you. Yeah.
Cheers, Brian.
June says there are 3 types of people: the Welsh, those who wish they were Welsh, and those with no ambition at all. Very good.
Good old Julian.
Bobby says, Merry Christmas to you, Brian. Darren says, I'm definitely the last of Julian. And he says, night, Brian. And Darren says, night, Brian. And Julian says, oh, yes. Yeah, I can never pronounce that, especially when I've had a drink. Ponsis. Yeah, it's an aqueduct. I know that. It's an aqueduct not far from us.
Mm.
It's one where people tend to throw themselves off quite a lot.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Because it's like 200 meters up in the air.
Woo-wee.
And there's no handrails on it. So people just chuck themselves off it.
Reminds me of a viaduct where I used to live.
It's actually like an aqueduct that you... Yeah. That's it, viaduct. It's where the canal goes across.
Mm.
Sonic says, try and go to Camelot. George says, that's the second best aqueduct in the world, Julian. Yep. George lives not far from me, so he lives just down the road from that place that Julian's just put. That I can never pronounce when I've had a drink. Bobby says, Julian, been over the aqueduct. George says, it gives a nice view of the sewage works below.
Okay.
Otherwise known as Wrexham. Bobby G says, George, haha. Dieter says, Merry Christmas, my friends. Hello, Dieter.
Greetings from France.
How are you during your holiday in France, my friend?
Where are you in France, Dieter?
Have you seen the pictures he's put on Discord?
No, I haven't. I have been on Discord. Wait a minute, I was earlier today. Did he post them there?
He's been putting... Yeah. Yeah, he's been putting pictures up of himself and Nia, his daughter. Oh my God, they look so happy together. It's so lovely.
Oh, I have seen the photos of
yeah, and you can tell she loves. You can tell she absolutely adores her dad.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a wonderful thing. It's a wonderful thing.
George says, prefer the one in Chirk with the viaduct too. Yeah. It's sort of less deathy.
Such a cheerful subject.
Julian says, I'm fairly sure Jones was originally... Yeah. Julian says, I'm fairly sure Jones was originally Loans in Welsh, but Jones when Welsh was outlawed by Edward I. Could be it. I don't know. Welsh history is very confusing. Julian says, they chucked themselves off after the 97th attempt to pronounce the bugger. No, it's because the local psychiatric hospital is right down the road. And it's not a secure unit.
Yeah.
Aqueducts and viaducts, and you got to thank those Romans.
What have the Romans ever done for us?
Right, yeah. One of the Romans
the
ever
really
done.
stupid thing is
I put the link in the private chat for you, Mikey. I don't know if you want to share it or not.
Yeah.
Check it first.
2 seconds. I will open Facebook on my computer because it's taking forever. On my phone.
It's gone by private chat in StreamYard.
Really?
Mikey.
There's nothing in the private chat on StreamYard.
There is now. I press the button.
There, something just popped up.
Yeah, I'll pop it in the.
The really stupid thing. There you go. The really stupid thing is.
Oh, you dropped out, Mikey. You were saying something and then you went dead.
Is it gone?
I sabotaged it.
Yeah, his computer's not.
He's got a major lag again.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Now my computer is
Yep.
not keeping up because I've got Facebook open at the same time.
Ah, okay.
Sorry, Mikey.
James, you just sent me a link to Buckets the drummer.
Yeah.
Why?
Click it.
Why?
Well,
I
if you
can't
remember
click it,
about
it'll kill the
yesterday,
bloody stream. The computer's struggling as it is. Yeah.
well, if you remember yesterday, that far back in the stream, we were talking about Phil
I'll watch it
Collins.
later.
And I said, if Julian was saying about
Yes.
coming, there was a song that he had in his head, and I said, watch this clip. I'll put the link up in the chat. Well, of course, I can't put it in the chat. So if you're
Gotcha.
Tiff want to put it into the chat, then people can click on it and see what I mean.
I shall indeed.
No, I just took a peek at it. It's
yeah.
it's
There we
2
go.
seconds. I might have to open it on my phone because it's killing. Right. How have you done it?
so the link that's on the chat screen on my computer.
He's posted it in private chat as well.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's right here. I'm looking right at it. I went.
Oh,
I
yeah.
opened up the link and it's somebody playing drums.
Yeah. Yeah. That psychiatric hospital, they built it right next door to the railway track, and it's got a little car park that's just big enough for like 10 cars, and the entrance to the car park is a railway crossing.
God.
Oh, jeez, are you serious?
And it's not secure.
I am deadly serious.
Oh my God.
In fact, they let the patients go to town on their own, right? Bear in mind, these are people that are trying to take their own life. They let them go out, either supervised or on their own, to the local town. But to get there, they have to cross the main railway line.
That is nuts.
Jesus.
Because it literally runs past the hospital, the psychiatric unit.
Wow.
Who the hell came up with that idea?
Yeah.
Not clever.
Well, apparently it's because all the local health services said, we need you to put it in the middle of the county so it's easier for everyone to access. And they turned around and said, no, it has to be next to an A&E department. And the only A&E department in the country is right next to the train tracks in Wrexham.
But that doesn't
So
explain how they can leave and come and go as they please.
Yes. Yeah, because unless they're under section and under 24-hour observation, they don't have a legal right to stop them going in and out during the day.
Oh, okay. It's a dangerous open end.
Yes.
There's no Wrexham that kills them.
Yes, darling, it is. So for those that don't know, when not long after me and Kay got married, she got very, very poorly, and that's the hospital she ended up in for a few months. But luckily, she's doing very well now, and she has electroconvulsive therapy every few weeks, and that helps her immensely. It makes her the lovely person she is today.
Good.
Good to hear.
June says, I think phonetically it's Pontcosillty. Pontcosillty.
Pontcosillty.
I don't know.
Pontcosillty.
Not close to that.
Yeah, but I'm speaking it like an American. I mean,
No, because
you got to have that Welsh in there.
the letter U is pronounced I. Yeah.
Pontcosillty.
The letter U is pronounced I. Pontcosillty.
Okay,
Something
yeah.
like
Well, you got the Welsh inflection in your voice. That's the difference.
Yeah, I've grown up speaking it, haven't I?
Right, exactly.
Martha says the Flynn Peninsula is one of my favourite places on earth, particularly Port Kediad and Aberderon. Had some really soulful moments surfing around there. Nice. Well, you don't. If you've been to the Flynn Peninsula, bud, you've actually been past where I live. Because I live right on the coast, on the way to, I live on the North Wales coast. George says the Romans seemingly got bored before they reached Wales. No, they didn't. They actually, the town next to, or the town down the road from us, was actually one of the main barracks for North Wales for the Romans, because it was part way between Chester and the next barracks. So it's a major trading route. They went all the way along to, Anglesey. Junior says, could be worse, Mikey. The local council genuinely decommissioned a cinema and made it a sheltered housing for the elderly opposite of a funeral home. You couldn't make it up. Wow.
Well, they still got to go to the morgue first. Just go right across the street.
If nothing else is sufficient.
Yeah.
Talk about a room we have you.
Yeah.
I'm
your final destination before you go across the street.
Sorry, Mikey, I've got to go and get the young lady. Merry Christmas to everyone. I'm sure I'll see you over there.
Christmas,
Right,
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Happy holidays.
Right,
Happy
buddy.
holidays.
Merry Christmas.
Feliz Navidad.
Bye. George says, didn't build that much, but did for mining and trade. Yeah, which is, there's actually a Roman mine just outside Wrexham, because there's an episode of Time Team on YouTube, and they actually dug up one of the barracks sort of fort things that they had by the mines. Because it was, I think it was a day's march from Chester.
What is mined in Wales, Mikey? Is it coal?
Yeah. Some parts mine coal, some parts mine tin and things like that. Or copper or something.
Bitcoin.
Yeah, Bitcoin. George says lots of sheep were also killed to make the aqueduct. Were they killed, or were they just put into houses of ill repute, though, George? Julian says there's a Roman villa where I live. Ooh, you posh sod. George says, I think my old school has a Roman fort nearby. Merry Christmas, James.
Quite a bit of history there in the UK.
Kellyon has had a major Roman fort too. Yeah.
There's a couple of really cool Roman roads.
Oh, there you go. Slate. Yeah, that was another one. Yeah, there you go. Slate, especially in Bethesda, they mined a lot of slate there, and in Snowdonia.
Okay.
In fact, you can still go down on some of the slate. There's a slate museum.
Noddy holder.
Martin says we've spent so many happy times up on the peninsula, particularly on a wonderful campsite at Gringoch. Nice. George says coal, gold, tin, pretty much all the basics. Yeah.
Okay.
Depending on where in Wales it was. Julian says, not forgetting slate too, Mikey. My brother was the only one to go to a quarry to get materials for the drinks cabinet he was designing. Nice.
Okay.
George says, the hill fort near me was supposedly occupied for about 3,000 years. Wow.
3,000.
Yeah. Is that the one Time Team did some? Yeah. Is that the one Time Team did some digging on, George? Or is there another one that I'm not seen? Darren says, I've been to the Slate Museum near Snowdon. Yeah, I went there when I was a kid. It's quite interesting. Charles is in. He says, Merry Christmas, folks. Merry Christmas, Charles.
Merry
Christmas, Charles. Now we're getting quite the tour of Wales today through memories and recounting of locales by people who live there. I like it.
Yeah. It's going to be the outro to this little show. It's going to be very Welsh too.
Excellent. So, are there any Christmas traditions in Wales? I'm sorry, Mikey. Go ahead.
I missed half of that. Any Christmas traditions?
Yeah, in Wales that are different from, say, England or Scotland or Ireland.
I know I don't think it's a Christmas one, but I know there is one round here where there you go. They have like a horse's skull on a big stick, like all decorated with a cloak and everything, and it goes round the villages. And if it goes to your house, and you have to do not a rap battle, but you know what I mean, a poetry battle with it. And if it wins, then it gets to go. You gotta let it into your house, and or sometimes they do it is they have it outside the pub, and if you lose, you can't go in for a beer.
Oh, jeez. Now that's a terrible punishment.
Yeah,
But
another
I think that was
tradition.
pretty much dying out now. You don't do it very often.
Yeah.
But we also
Another
have
tradition.
we also have go on, Modest.
There's another tradition they've got. They actually leave the sheep alone at Christmas.
I like it.
Suppose that's one. I suppose they do that down in New Zealand too.
I completely missed that because everything froze. Everything went laggy. They've also got Caddy Har as well.
And what is that?
I'll tell you in a minute where I come over. Because in modern terms, it doesn't come across as very politically correct. So I've got to make sure I say it right.
Okay. Well, what does come across politically correct nowadays? Jeez. Anyway, I'm sorry. Put my glasses back on now.
Actually, it's a tradition from my town.
Okay.
Okay, so it was started by mining communities of the west of the county I live in.
Mm-hmm.
And it was men who danced with coal dust to mask their faces. So it made them their faces black because they were coal miners.
Mm-hmm.
And they would all two characters leading procession: Caddy, a man wearing a women's clothes, and Billy, who wears black clothes. There's also a man carrying the Kanganha, a tree branch decorated with ribbons. And in the early 20th century, Lady Herbert Lewis of Caerwys, on the pioneers of folk song collecting in Wales, recorded residents of Holywell singing the traditional song that accompanies the procession. As Chris explains, the words of this song differ according to which village you're from. The tradition lost ground after World War I, but interest has revived since the 1970s, when a local singer, Johan Apsion, gathered a group to sing together every May. When Chris began organising the event in 1998, 5 schools were involved, but this year 12 schools are expected to take, as well as dancers from all over Wales, including one group from closer to home in Dunsodell Mold. So yeah, there you go. It's basically a celebration of the hard work of the local miners and stuff.
Yes.
And like just a bit of fun. But it's like a big thing in our town because the whole town like turns out for it. And they have all the local school kids all dressed up and dancing in the streets and all sorts. And they have local bands playing and things. The brass bands and stuff. It's really cool. But I think, see if I can find a translation for it. Computer, the Google thing isn't translating it. It's not figuring it out. I think it means painted boy or something. Or something like that.
Ah, okay. And that would be
if it's Welsh, painted boil.
No.
Boil. That's going to bug me now because I saw it the other day. It's sung by dancers at Process Streets, Holywell, first Saturday of May. Okay, there you go. It's a living tradition that continues and evolves with each generation. The original team from Baggill reportedly used to start from the village early in the morning and dance along the way, ready to dance in Holywell at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So they would dance along a road that was 4 miles long. And they'd dance from one end to the other.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking.
So with dancers are 2 characters, Billy in a black dress and Caddy in girls' clothes. So it's a boy in girls' clothes. 2 characters would interact and collect money in a ladle whilst responding to the words of the songs. The dance was competitive in nature with references to jumping the highest, jumping over your head, or jumping over the stile. Other lines referred to ladle or the ladle and to the collection of money. The exact words vary from area to area and evolved over the years, although this tradition is tied to the Welsh language and associated with communities where, just over a century ago, there was a large proportion of monolingual Welsh speakers. There's a record of using some English words such as on the first day of May, we'll have a holiday. Blah, blah. Still.
Still no mention of what it actually means. Yeah, it's something like that. But there you go. There's actually photos of it from my local town. If I turn the brightness up a little bit, turn that down. So that's in my local town. Where's my remote? There it is.
They're going to be the next M4H fundraiser. They're going to run between house to house with a ladle.
What are we so anxiously?
I'd pay double for that.
Not liking folks.
Yeah, I would too.
There you go.
Let's see.
There you go. They all go around dressed up. So that building there behind them, this one,
Yes.
that was my primary school.
Ah.
Oh,
The Escola Verón. And that building there is, or was, the town police station.
Hmm.
So yeah, I drive down that road all the time.
I just painted these the wrong colour.
There we go. A bit of local tradition.
Well, we don't have anything like that here. We do have parades, but more on occasions like 4th of July or something like that. Just your standard kind of parades, Thanksgiving Day, New Year's Day, things like that. Yeah. There aren't too many, I've been seeing that aren't too many, at least that I know of. I mean, there probably are, but you don't, doesn't make national news, but there's probably things like that in small towns or sections of states all across America. Maybe there isn't. I don't know, but that's that's something that's been going on for a long time, apparently, right? I mean, you said it was stopped for a while and then revived.
Oh, there you go. Oh. There you go. Here's two people in the Bill and Caddy costumes.
Ah, hold it right there. That's a perfectly clear photo.
So that'd be Billy, and that'd be Caddy.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. No, that's another useless bit of Welsh history.
Not useless, Mikey. It's interesting. I find stuff like that fascinating to learn. I don't appreciate people who take a dismissive tone toward things because it doesn't make sense to them or it's not from what they understand, or that's what turns me off about just people in general. Sometimes, I mean, I find that stuff interesting to learn. I really do, and it's. You could tell me that anytime. I'd be listening. More than that, I'd like to experience it.
This is the interesting thing. Well, next, when you manage to come over to Telford, come over for a few weeks, and you can come up to Wales, come up to North Wales, because Telford's only an hour and a half away.
Yeah.
I mean, you won't get to see Caddy Hart because that's in May, but
you could recreate it
the area.
Right. Yeah. We could go down the parade route.
In fact, there's actually a link between our local area and the Mormon temple in Utah.
Oh, is there?
Yeah, in Salt Lake. Because one of the main stonemasons for it was born down the road from here, and he actually built the local lighthouse.
Okay. Fascinating.
Before he went over to the US. And that lighthouse was also used in TV adverts, such as the Dulux advert.
Is it in Fraggle Rock?
Jacob says, I went down to the slate mines in Snowdonia about 10 years ago. It was very interesting. Sorry?
Sorry, I was just wondering if it was in the lighthouse was the one that was in Fraggle Rock.
No. Do you remember the Dulux advert where the dog's running along the beach? The lighthouse in the background.
Yeah.
Yeah, is that lighthouse Tlacra? It was actually a shooting range for the Spitfires during World War II. They were based at Sealand and Liverpool. If you take a metal detector up round the beach, round the lighthouse now, they still find Spitfire cartridges and things.
Huh. Yeah. 303s.
Yeah. Yeah. Wales and train elevators. Kay's pulling some very funny faces at me from the other side of the camera. It's quite scary. She's hinting that she wants a kebab from the local kebab house.
Oh, yes, please.
I don't want them having one of my stickers. I don't like the kebab house people.
I like the kebabs.
Well, we'll discuss it in a bit when we finish. Darren says greeting Charles. Adi says Merry Christmas.
Adi.
Hello, Adi.
Hello, Adi. Merry Christmas to you.
George. Yeah. He's working Christmas.
Yeah, there.
George says may have been. There's a row of hills. Each hill has a fort, all pre-Roman. They have digs annually, uni digs for archaeology students. Yeah, I'd love to do something like that, but my back is just knackered now. They did an archaeological dig at the abbey across the road from us, which is an 800-year-old abbey, and they found some of the parts for the horse's bit, where the bit goes across the horse's mouth.
Yeah,
they found some of the parts from that, and they've tested it, and it's about 700 years old.
Incredible.
Wow, looking good, Malcolm.
Whoop.
He's got a tash.
Oh, wow. Nice.
Aye, attaching a trumpet.
Yeah, bugle.
Tactical trumpet.
Bugle.
I think it's meant to be, oh, gosh.
Tactical bugle.
Lieutenant Colonel John Frost.
Oh, that's right. He did have a bugle.
Yeah.
That's right.
Charles says, yes, it's interesting to know something about Irish traditions. Yeah, it would be. I don't know anything about Irish traditions. I'm Welsh. Wrong country, I'm afraid. I mean, you can get to Ireland from here.
Yeah, it's right across the water,
Go through
right?
the
Is
port.
that the Irish Sea?
Yeah, it's just a ferry.
Yeah, where the pig's head on. Yeah, from Holyhead.
Okay.
Wait,
Yeah.
Oh, well, no, actually, strike that. You can't get to Ireland from Holyhead at the minute because Storm Burke trashed it. They've had to close the port to do repairs.
Oh, wow. Oh, from that last round of storms he had?
High AD. Yeah, it smashed up all the buildings.
Damn, that was one hell of a weather front. That went
Julian
through.
says, yeah, we had tornadoes and everything, which is really unusual for the UK.
Yes,
Yeah.
indeed.
Julie says the drinks cabinet my brother made was black wood and Welsh slate for all the work surfaces. When my parents brought it home, it stayed downstairs. The stairs couldn't take the weight.
Yeah,
I'm not surprised.
Yeah, slate is not a light material.
No, slate is not light.
I'm sorry, Mikey?
No. I said Welsh slate is not light.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think slate and period is a heavy material, is it not?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very dense and brittle, isn't it? Julian says, Merry Christmas, Charles. Darren, Merry Christmas, AD. Martin says, Wales, where men and sheep are worried. I like it. And on that note, I'm going to have some more whiskey.
Oh my gosh! Oh, what is it with all you folks in the UK and the Dominions with sheep? Oh my lord!
There's a lot of sheep.
In Wales, we've got a population of 3 million. We've got a sheep population of about 9 million.
Isn't there a lot of sheep
It's
up
the
in
sheep that run this
Scotland and in the north country of England?
Not as many, I don't think.
Okay.
Or certainly not disproportionate, quite as disproportionate in terms of population.
Yeah.
Charles says, I like how lovely Malcolm's mini looks.
Yeah. I like the mustache.
There we go.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, the figure I just completed.
It looks like me if I shave my beard.
It's well, you'd have to leave that thick mustache. The figure looks like he's got quite the thick, bushy mustache.
You know, last time I shaved my beard off, I did actually leave a mustache for about 5 minutes, and I stood there staring at the mirror. And I thought, no, I look like Ron Jeremy, and shaved it off.
You know, I don't know if this is prevalent in the UK and in Europe, but in America, young men under the age of say 35 are wearing the mustache look from the 1970s.
Yeah,
very popular amongst professional athletes.
It's not very popular. It's hipster thing. Yeah, it's a hipster thing, isn't it?
Yeah, apparently. Yeah.
I had a beard before it was fashionable. Steve says, have to go. Thanks for this, and a huge Merry Christmas to you all. I consider you all my good friends, even though I quit modeling. Bye for now. No problems, buddy. It's great.
Always welcome here, Steve. You never have to consider yourself a stranger, an outsider. You're always welcome. So Merry Christmas to you and your wife, and yeah, take care.
And Scott says, have a good Christmas. I do like Scrat. He's funny.
Scrat. Yeah, that's the name. I was trying to think of it. Scrat. That's
it. George says, your little ginger guy is looking good, Malcolm.
Oh.
That sounds like a euphemism.
She said.
Your little ginger guy.
You talking about this?
Oh, yes.
Malcolm, the uniforms, are those standard British infantry?
These are whatever the airborne were wearing. So they're smocks.
Okay.
Of sort.
Okay. Did they wear the same khaki color as the standard British Royal Army?
Yeah, same stuff. It's just a couple of extra different pieces of kit, like these are the Polish, but had the extra ropes and things like that.
Right. Okay. No, I was thinking about the uniform color because there's two brands of khaki paint I use, and I go between the two, and I'm not quite sure whether I'm getting it right or not, but I live with the results. And one is the AK 3rd Gen British khaki, and the other one is the Tamiya XF49 khaki, which tends to go a little toward the green side.
Yep. I use this one.
So it will. Yeah. The khaki was slightly different between World War I and World War II, wasn't it, as well?
Yeah, they added stuff to it, didn't they, to make it waterproof?
Well, the Germans in World War I paid the greatest credit to the uniform, and that they said it was very difficult, and we're talking in 1914 during the Battle of Frontiers, to see those green-brown uniforms. They mixed in so well with the vegetation behind them that they often wandered right into lines of fire. It was almost like it was the thin khaki line instead of the thin red line. They just popped up out of nowhere. That's what the Germans said.
Yeah. June says Google Translate is a pain in the what's-its with Welsh. Yeah, it is. And he says, Merry Christmas, Steve. Darren says, bye, Steve. Bobby G says, Merry Christmas, Steve. Sonic says, is bog snorkeling a Welsh thing? Sorry, why would we want to go snorkeling in the toilet?
Not that kind of bog, Mikey.
I shall await your answer, Sonic. Well, that's what we call a bog in Wales.
Yeah, we call them bogs as well, but it's not that kind of bog I'm on about. It's like a little bog. It's
We
like
don't
a
have
ditch
any other
stuck in
type
the
of bog.
water, and they go snorkeling through it for some weird reason.
Oh, right. No, that's not a Welsh thing. That's an English thing. They're all crazy over there.
Just like chasing cheese down a hill.
Yeah, that's another crazy English thing. I tell you, mate, they're lunatics down there.
Hey, I can't hear you.
Charles says, to be honest... oh, sorry, Malcolm. Charles says, to be honest, I've never heard live Welsh, but it sounds promising.
Mikey, I have a question. Is Welsh spoken regularly in Wales? I mean, do the native population use it frequently?
We're all taught it up until the age of 16.
Right.
We use it every day on road signs and things. A lot of the place names are in Welsh. Some people use it a lot. A lot of them don't, though. I think it's about 20% of the Welsh population can speak it fluently.
Okay.
It's because in the Victorian times, the English had taken over, obviously, Welsh law and things like that, and Welsh education. And they wanted to try and stop Welsh people from speaking their native language, and they wanted to force them to speak English. So what they did is they went into the schools and they introduced a thing called a Welsh knot, which was a block of wood with a rope on it with WK written on it. Whichever child had that at the end of the day, if it'd be given to the child if they spoke Welsh during the day. Whichever child had it at the end of the day would get caned, would get beaten with a cane.
Whoa!
For speaking the language. So the language almost died out.
Yeah, I could see why.
To the point where by the time the 1950s, almost nobody in Wales spoke Welsh. It was like 10-15%.
And how long did this go
on? They went on for nearly 100 years.
Holy fuck. Sorry, pardon me. I didn't mean that.
It's after the watershed, you're fine.
Wow. Yeah. I mean, all right, look, I know some guys who grew up in Poland during the Cold War, and they were you could say forced, whatever you want to say, choose your word. Russian was the primary language they learned outside of their native language, whether it was Romania or Poland or Czechoslovakia. You had to learn Russian, and they taught it in the schools. But I don't think they taught them under those circumstances. That's freaking inhumane. That's insane. It's crazy.
Well, they didn't stop it until 1930s.
Oh, Jesus, man! I mean, it sounds like life in the Royal Navy or something like that in a time of sail.
Yeah.
I mean, what else they do? They keel haul them too.
Well, before the English took over the Welsh education system, almost everyone in Wales could read and write, but they could only read and write in Welsh. So, because they could only read and write in Welsh, the English government decided that they were uneducated, even though almost nobody could read and write in England, but almost everyone could read and write in Wales, just in their own language.
Yeah, you're right.
Because they couldn't read and write English.
Yeah.
And when, obviously, because all the court system was in English, because it was run by English judges, and because it could only a judge and a barrister could only be from England, they had to speak English. They weren't allowed to use Welsh. So when they went into court, they weren't allowed to speak English, and they would have to travel to Wales. So the local Welsh people couldn't speak English.
the barristers and the judges couldn't speak Welsh. So they had to get a translator in. And what they used to do was they'd get a local translator. And because the local translator was a Welshman and they hated the English, they would deliberately mistranslate what everyone was saying to make it so that it sounded like they were innocent. So that then they'd get found innocent. And then they'd go down to the local pub and they'd deal with it amongst themselves. They'd dish out the punishment amongst themselves. So they bypass the entire legal system.
Right. Ooh, glad I wasn't there.
And it wasn't until the 1960s that they allowed Welsh to be spoken in court in Wales.
Oh, the 1960s! My God, it sounds like the Nuremberg laws.
Yeah, there's a lot of history around it.
Jeez.
There's some really interesting ones. It ended up causing Welsh terrorism and everything, where people, council officers, and all sorts.
Well, I could hardly blame them. I mean, taking that kind of, how many times can you turn the other cheek?
Come on. Yeah. Yeah, there's a Welsh village that had been there for hundreds and hundreds of years, and the Liverpool City Council in England decided that they needed more water. So they decided to go through the courts to forcefully evict everyone in the village from a village that families have been farming for generations. And then once they'd all evicted them all, they flattened all the houses and just flooded it and made it into a reservoir. And then it turned out, a few years later, they didn't even need the water anyway.
Ugh.
Well, what's a few Welsh homes and lives to them?
And
anyway?
it happened a few. Exactly, and it happened a few times, and it ended up the Welsh people got that annoyed that there's one where they were trying to do it again. The demolition crew was in there, and at night the Welsh people were trudging through the snow for miles on foot, and they were going planting explosive devices on the JCBs, on the diggers and everything.
Whoa.
Yeah.
And then blowing them up so that they couldn't do the work because they were getting that fed up with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jeez.
80 says, only popped on for a bit as bed early as Santa's on his way. Ooh.
He is.
Charles says, I'm jealous because looks like my Santa is a bit lost somewhere in Amazon. Yeah. June says, Jim, if that kind of thing interests you, look up the origin of the Welsh dragon. I think the Welsh flag is the only one featuring a mythical creature. It is.
Yeah, you're probably right, Julian. Yeah.
In fact, I'll try and remember after the live stream, Jim, and I'll send you a link to a documentary on that thing about the reservoirs because it's really interesting.
Okay. Thank you.
Square Table Degenerates says, brothers. Hello, buddy.
Merry Christmas, sir.
And sister.
Yeah, don't forget the sister, mister.
Oh, yeah. Bobby says, night, AD, Merry Christmas. Julian says, the Welsh Thraig, pronounced Thraig, for dragon, apparently may be from the Latin Draco. Yes.
Ah, okay.
Thraig. Sonic has an STD, apparently.
Yeah, I just didn't even Mikey. Squares says, hey, Sonic. Julian says, hi, Square. Square says, hi, Julian.
Martin says, one of the beaches in Wales at Wiseman's Bridge was used as a rehearsal for the American landings on D-Day. It was a live fire exercise which resulted in a number of fatalities. It was indeed. Which tended to happen quite a lot for some reason. Julian says, "Oi, Malcolm, it's lieutenant, not lieutenant. Lieutenant is American pronunciation." Yes, quite correct.
So you broke up there.
We
Went
have
for it.
lieutenants in the British forces. Julian says, "Oi, Malcolm, it's lieutenant. Lieutenant is an American pronunciation."
Right.
Lieutenant.
Okay.
Sheep also outnumber the Aussie human population, especially in New Zealand.
Love that laugh.
Julian says, "Martin, don't you mean Operation Tiger on Slapton Sands?" I think.
Well,
yeah,
Slapton Sands
There's that many.
Was well, there was one incident where some German E-boats infiltrated a landing exercise and created some unbelievable carnage and casualties and destruction. And that occurred at Slapton Sands. But I heard there were live fire exercises at a lot of the rehearsal beaches.
Yeah. Charles says His Majesty's Airborne Forces always fascinated me. Julian says, "I thought bog snorkeling was Irish." Quite possibly. And he says, in North Wales, Welsh speaking is more prevalent than in South Wales. Yes, it is.
Okay.
Because there's a lot more migration in and out of South Wales than there is in North Wales. Julian says, there is also an Argentine settlement in Patagonia where Welsh is spoken widely. There is indeed.
Really? Okay. Fascinating.
Charles says, how come, Julian? I thought Welsh is only in Wales. The reason being is because of all the persecution that the Welsh were getting from the English. There's a load of Welsh people that decided they had enough and sailed over to Argentina and made a colony there.
Wow.
And it survives today in Patagonia.
Yeah, it's quite a voyage.
Yeah. Julian says, if I recall correctly, it was illegal to use Welsh in any capacity. Yes, it was. And to the extent where they've had to make it law that schools and things have to teach Welsh now to try and save the language and the culture.
That's the ironic thing about...
and it is actually working, to be fair.
We fought... The United Kingdom, England in particular, fought Napoleon for a number of years, as we know. And yet within their own country, freedom was greatly compromised and set up by the class system that existed back then. And you had a great deal of poverty and suffering. And as you said, illiteracy, as you spoke of earlier. And yet there they were on the continent fighting what they, believed and what the world believed to be forces of tyranny and nappy. And I'm not saying Napoleon was a nice guy. I'm just saying that, within the borders, it was an interesting irony, dichotomy. I don't know what the word I'm trying to find here, but yeah. I mean, cholera was called, what the hell was it called back then? Poor person's disease?
I was just thinking that. Because some people have something like that. People have shown quite an interest in learning Welsh history and stuff tonight and Welsh language. If you go on Netflix or on YouTube, there's a film called Heddwyn, which is It's spelled.
Oh yeah, you
Hotel
mentioned
Echo
it to me.
Delta Delta.
I still have the
Space.
title. I haven't looked it up yet, but you mentioned that to me a few months back. I remember you referring me to that. Thank you.
So the film is in Welsh, but it's got English subtitles.
Okay.
So I'll put it in the chat, the titles, so people can find it. But it's about a very famous Welsh poet who was killed in the First World War. And you hear a lot of Welsh. It's all in Welsh, so it's a lovely film. And you actually get to see some of the persecution that the Welsh faced during the First World War, because a lot of people, obviously, in Wales only spoke Welsh. So when they joined the armed forces, they were they had English officers over them and English sergeants.
Right.
So they were basically bullied into speaking English, because if they didn't follow an order, because they didn't understand it, they were called thick and ignorant, and they were punished for not following the orders because they couldn't understand them.
Yeah, hip hip hurrah for the king.
They're called
Wow.
too stupid.
Jeez.
So it's something we had to watch when we were in school, when we were in primary school, so we were aware of our own heritage. Martin says, up on the Llyn Peninsula, there are places where it's the main language. We once accidentally ended up at a wedding in a hotel just outside the port, Nagul, and the house band did Welsh Bruce Springsteen. Yeah. There are actually towns not far away from here in Bangor, not Bangor, Bala, where if you walk in and you're speaking English, they will just treat you like a tourist. Like someone that, they're happy to take your money, but they'd rather you weren't there. If you go in and say Bore da or Pnawn da, which is good morning or good afternoon in Welsh, they will speak to you like a friend. Because you can speak at least you've taken the effort to speak basic Welsh to them.
Okay.
Whereas if you go to South Wales, they won't. A lot of the time, they won't understand the word you're saying, even though you speak in Welsh. Oh, whiskey strong. Trillian says, Charles, some Welsh people emigrated to South Africa. There was a documentary on them called The Welsh in Patagonia. There you go. Charles, thanks. It'd be great to learn some history tonight. Such a diversity in the UK and so many stories from all over the islands. Yes, absolutely. We're quite a diverse country, really.
Yeah, centuries of history and tradition and peoples and their cultures. Yeah.
I mean, it was only until fairly recently that it was legal to kill a Welshman in the walls of Chester Cathedral at night with a longbow. That only got changed a few years ago because they only changed it because the legal system had completely forgotten about the law that was still in force. And then somebody decided to try and put it to the test. So they had to get the law repealed so they could.
Good Lord. Oh, man. Boy, there's someone that did their legal homework.
Yeah. Well, we were taught about it as kids.
Oh, really?
We were told not to stay in Chester on a night. Yeah, because there were people that still believed that it was still in force. And because people obviously misunderstand history and things, they thought it was just... There were people that thought it was just legal to kill Welshmen at night in the city walls.
Man, that's so twisted.
And because we live so close to the border with Chester, with England and Chester, we had to be made aware of it so that we didn't, in case anyone tried to attack us or something when we went into Chester at night. Julian says, reference Slapton Sands. I believe a destroyer that was supposed to be escorting the troops was damaged and stayed in port. Hence what Jim said about the E-boats getting in. Yeah. Dieter says, that's like the Spanish town of Tiba is proud to uphold garlic in reference to the sacrifice of the Black Dougals in the 14th century. Yeah. That's how you spell Headwin.
Ah, okay. There's a space between D and W?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
So the double D is pronounced as a TH.
Oh, Hethwin. Okay.
Headwin.
Headwin. Okay. Yeah, I was gonna say something, and I noticed this also of Australians too. The letter H, the way you pronounce it, is different from what I say. You say H as in like hey you, H, and we say H like A is the lead letter in the pronunciation of that letter H. And do you say herbs or herbs?
No, herbs.
We say herbs.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not saying anything. I'm not.
The Queen's
Please
English.
Don't. Yeah, I'm not trying to say anyone's right or wrong. I'm just trying to understand something because it's interesting you say that. Now, my best friend's mother, who let's see, her family, I believe, is from Germany, but they emigrated to America long before she was born. Anyway, she would say herbs, and she was the only one in the family that did. Everyone else said herbs.
Yeah,
fascinating. That stuff. That's the stuff that I just love to learn.
Yeah. Sonic says, I thought e-boats would have been a modern thing created by Elon Musk.
I could think of a few other letters you could use for Elon Musk.
Totally reliable, of course. Nigel says, we won't mention the First Nation then, eh? Go on, Nigel, enlighten us.
Yeah, I'm not.
Charles says, history. Charles says, Welsh history stream tonight then. Haha. I do.
That's fine. That's okay. Heck, we're just exchanging dialogue. I mean, this is often what happens anyway when everyone's at the bench. S boats. Yeah, I think it's actually an S boat. I don't know where I came up with E boat. I mean, maybe there was an E boat the Germans had, but S is for schnell, meaning fast or hurry or something like that. I'm not sure exactly how that translates from German to English.
Yeah. We've passed the 2 hour mark.
It was a motor torpedo boat, wasn't it? The boat.
Ah, okay. So there was one. All right.
The E-boat was a motor torpedo boat. Motor torpedo boat. Yeah. I know.
Okay.
Julian says, Heddwyn, the poet soldier killed in World War I, Welsh Poetry and Music Festival. It's held every year in Wales. When he won, because he won the year he got killed. So he got killed literally a couple of months before the Eisteddfod. They draped a black cloth over the bardic chair. So the bardic chair is like a big wooden throne. That's part of the ceremony for the poet or singer that wins the Eisteddfod, basically. And it's known as the Cadair, the black chair. There we go. With Cadair being chair and D being black. Julian says, gotta go, Kerry's here. Merry Christmas, one and all. No problems, Julian. Thank you, buddy.
Merry Christmas, Julian.
And Scott says, morning all. Good morning, Scott. And Merry Christmas.
Good morning, Scott.
Yeah, Merry Christmas, Scott.
Yeah, that's right. Merry
Charles
Christmas.
Says, bye, Julian. Yeah. Dieter says, meatballs. Julian says, you too, Charles. Dita says, take care, Julian. Darren says, hi, Scott. Dita says, garlic should be Gaelic, not garlic. I did wonder why they were celebrating garlic.
Yeah, maybe Vlad the Impaler had been in the area, and they, garlic chased him away, and that became the celebration.
Yeah, well, that's the sort of lines I was thinking about, to be honest. Martin says, Julian, nope, definitely meant Wiseman's Bridge. There's a memorial there, and I believe it's Amroth as well. Yeah, there we go. Darren says, bye, Julian. And Charles says, actually, after bloody centuries, I'm happy that there's now there's peace in the UK and everyone is free to use Welsh and Irish no matter what. That shows how polite and welcome the kingdom has become. Yeah. Especially within our own borders. In fact, it's actually encouraged. Darren says Nottinghamshire is pronounced H.
No, doesn't pronounce H.
Yes, Nottinghamshire. English is full of weird.
Well, I mean, you say Birmingham, and we say Birmingham, so we pronounce that H in there. When I noticed that in the UK pronunciation of it, it just rolls right past it.
I'm not starting Hull. I don't pronounce the H there either. Hull. Weird.
Yeah. I love watching the English trying to pronounce Welsh place names. You can see them almost having a stroke trying to do it.
I think I'd wind up swallowing my tongue.
Dita says, Tiff, Nia and I got a new 3D puzzle to build, and it's massive. Fantastic.
Speaking of 3D puzzles, I got my Christmas present from Sonic today.
And what is it?
Out shopping, and we went into one of our local toy shops, and I saw that. Hang on, I'm going to have to change my camera because you can't see it.
I can tell it's a ship, but I'm not sure.
Big screen. You do that.
Yeah.
Queen Anne's Revenge?
Blackbeard's ship.
Oh, okay. Okay.
It is a 3D puzzle, and it lights up.
Oh, nice. Nice.
So
Very
that
cool.
is my project for tomorrow's stream.
Wow. Excellent.
So, yeah.
Yeah, there we go. Thank you for that, Tiff.
No worries.
Sonic says, cheers, Julian. Scott says, yes, it's Christmas morning here and getting ready for lunch at my sister's place. Merry Christmas, everyone.
Merry Christmas,
and to you, Scott. Martin says, I can speak the full-on Staffordshire dialect, which is almost a language on its own. Just not out. There we go. So, it is it's 10 to 10. I'm really sorry, Malcolm. I've taken up all your airtime tonight.
That's all right, mate. I think the lag doesn't help.
What's that, buddy?
I said the lag between your you and us doesn't help, I guess, for tonight. But that's all right. I've enjoyed it. I've enjoyed learning about the Welsh languages and Welsh places.
Yeah.
And
you've been working very studiously on your figures too, Malcolm.
I have.
A tremendous amount of progress.
Got some good focus. Bloody good, isn't it?
Oh, nice. There you go.
Let's show Malcolm's work.
Oh, you gave him a blonde mustache and eyebrows. Now he looks like Richard Harris.
Yeah. Well, this one. Yeah. Don't panic. That one's got the blonde color, and then this guy's got the
right. Yeah, he's got the big eyebrows too.
Yeah, it's funny because some of these faces Oh,
Back off. There you go. Go. Perfect. Right there, Malcolm.
Some of the paint jobs are better than others.
Wow, I like that one. That's a great expression.
Yeah. So yeah, they're all. I mean, they're done. I could have finished an hour ago, but you know how it is when you keep on going.
Yep.
You know?
Yeah, I know how you feel. Yeah.
Yeah. But they've been fun. They've been really good. I've enjoyed tonight. I've enjoyed my little cheeky beer as well.
Even if you didn't get to say much.
I've got nothing interesting to say, and I don't say anything at all.
Like I said, I do apologise, Mark.
Okay. Well, thank you, Nigel. I just learned something new again.
There you go. Towns and cities with Ham or Hampton mean they are on a river crossing. Ham being a ford or bridge, and Hampton meaning a ferry crossing, as far as I remember. There we go.
Fascinating. Okay. Excellent. Thank you.
Martin says, Merry Christmas to all, and thanks all for another live stream, Mikey. TTFN, you're most welcome, buddy, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah. Merry Christmas, Martin.
Yeah.
Bobby G says, yay, Richard Harrison and Wild Geese. That is such a good film.
I've never seen the film myself, but I know a couple of people who have found it to be their guilty pleasure war film. When they want to just sit down and watch something that's bad but enjoyable, they'll watch The Wild Geese.
Yeah. Nigel says, and a very Merry Christmas and a peaceful and prosperous New Year, and always remember to be excellent to each other. Absolutely, dude.
Very good. Very good sentiment, Nigel.
Sonic says, all the best for the new year, everybody.
Thank you, absolutely. Sonic. You as well.
Bobby says, yes, Merry Christmas to everyone. Lovely spending time with you guys and girls. It's been wonderful spending time with you.
Yes, it has. Thank you very much for having me again.
I'm just sorry that I've taken up so much of the conversation.
No, not at all. Don't worry about it. I mean, I wish the lag wasn't there, because I think we would have covered a lot more ground without having to make up for the time difference in the communications. But nonetheless, I didn't have any problem with it. I don't know about anybody else, but I was fine with it.
It's because of my computer. Because it's an old computer, it can't take the amount of Wi-Fi.
Right. I get it. Yeah. Yeah, and I appreciate that, and I understand it.
I've actually got about 8. Because if I was on my phone, it wouldn't be a problem. It's just because it's on the computer.
Right.
I just wondered if it would make a difference, Mikey, if you were able to hardwire your PC.
No, it's an old PC. Yeah.
I'm sure you can still get the components for it.
Well, that's what I'm going to do. Me and Kay. Well, me and Kay discussed it, and we think what we might do is either move my stuff upstairs, so that I'm upstairs and I'm next to the router, or run a line all the way down to this room.
Oh, you mean hardwired from the router right to where you're at?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I've done that with mine in my place. I'm about 60 feet from the router, the only one in the house, and I've got a 100-foot line that I run from one end of my apartment to the other end where my computer is at. Now I get a solid signal all the time.
Yeah. Well, hopefully it'd be the same on here, because on my phone, so look, I've got 720 megabits per second, and that's running slow at the minute. So I get almost a full gigabyte of broadband on my phone.
1 second.
Yeah. So I've got more than enough internet to actually run it stably.
Yeah.
It's just the computer. And the computer's struggling to keep up.
Right. Yeah. Well, as I said earlier, that was the situation with mine till a couple of years ago when I bought a new one.
Yeah. Charles says, after 2 years, I finally got a British accent, Southern England, and it was worth it. So now I got to learn Welsh in another 4 years. Haha. If it's possible, of course, nowadays.
There is a lot of Welsh resources online that you can use to learn. There's a lot of Welsh courses. In fact, I can recommend a Facebook page that does give you a list of daily Welsh words to learn. 2 seconds. If I can remember what it's called.
I have
it helps if I was on my Facebook, not on the. Let's try again. It's called We Learn Welsh. So I'll type it in. It's a Facebook page. If you go on it every day, they put up a list of Welsh words to learn and what they mean. So that's pretty cool.
Cool.
Well, I'll take this opportunity, Malcolm, to wish you and your family a Merry Christmas. It's a pleasure to share some time with you. Good Lord willing, and the creek don't rise, I'll get to meet you at Telford in November of next year.
Good Lord willing, the creek don't rise. I've not ever heard that before.
That's I don't know where that started from, but a friend of mine passed that on to me one time. I said, I'll see you tomorrow. He said, good Lord willing, and the creek don't rise.
So, okay. Yeah.
I like it.
Okay. Yeah. Well, if you do make it to Telford, it'd be good to meet you.
Yes, it would be. Indeed. And I'll be very thrilled to try Hobnob. And
You would, yeah.
I've already tasted Tim Tams, and unfortunately, I cannot find Hobnobs here in the States. Now, I haven't looked a whole lot. They're probably available on Amazon somewhere, but will they be genuine Hobnobs? That's the
well, they have to be genuine Hobnobs, certainly, not OTs.
Exactly.
Don't accept anything else.
Well, I have to make sure that I am accepting the good things. See, that's the thing. I'm, not familiar with it. I would need someone who's experienced with it to say, nope, no good, throw them away.
Yes, my belly tells me I'm an expert.
Yeah, good old
Bobby G says.
Gentlemen.
Bobby G says, "What time are you on tomorrow, Tiff?" It's 11 a.m.
Okay, well, I'll.
She's gonna have to set her alarm
for me, so I'll be up and ready. Got my coffee and my dog and cat here, so.
There you go, Jim. That's you don't use Facebook, do you?
No.
Anyone who uses Facebook, if you look up that on that page on Facebook, they suggest a list of Welsh words every day and what they mean.
Oh,
so you can practice.
Do they help you enunciate them properly?
I think there are. If you comment on it, then they will tell you.
Okay, because I think that's just as critical. Because the pronunciation is just so different from what I understand letters to mean.
Yeah. Like there's a few where 2 letters together make 1 letter and things like that.
Right.
But a letter is a sound rather than a pronounceable letter. There you go, 11 a.m. Thanks, very useful as a student. Cheers, Tiff. And there's a link. Debbie, sorry. Anyway, sorry I've taken up all the chat, Malcolm.
All right.
It was supposed to be about you tonight.
That's all right. That is fine. Yeah. I mind. Got loads of modelling done.
Yeah. Well, whiskey does that to me. So.
So you've revealed a weakness, Mikey. We have found a way to pierce your armor. Yeah. Another drink for the man with the beard.
At least it doesn't turn me into an arsehole. That's the main thing.
Well, I'll tell you what. I know a few people who don't drink anymore because that's what happens to them, and thank God for that. That's no way to enjoy alcohol.
Yeah. I mean, this is Penderyn Welsh Gold, and it's 46%. Oh, there you go. 46% volume.
Woo!
Yeah. That's why you've been talking about Wales so much, just because you're drinking Welsh whiskey.
Yeah, it just fills you full of Welsh tradition.
Yeah. Yes. Kidneys in your liver go like all super Welsh.
Yeah.
Puts Welsh hairs on your Welsh chest.
Yes.
Darren says, "Thanks everyone and Merry Christmas."
Yeah, Merry Christmas, Darren. Yeah.
Merry Christmas.
And of course, Sonic replied with,
You're welcome.
You too, mate. Merry Christmas.
To be honest, Welsh pronunciation is much easier than Spanish or Portuguese for me. Don't know what freak I'm like. To be honest, if you can speak Dutch and things like that, then the pronunciation for Welsh is quite easy because they're very similar in pronunciation.
Oh, really? Okay, because there are similarities between Dutch and, or not similarities, but certain words look close to one another, Dutch and German.
Yeah, which is why Welsh people find it a little bit easier to pronounce Dutch words and things.
Okay.
Than what English people do. Anyway, we've done 2.5 hours of me whittering on about Wales. So, Modest, do you want me to just sit in the chat tomorrow?
I thought you were taking the day off, Mikey. I thought you had an enforced 2-day holiday.
Well, I want to see Modest as a present.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's fine with me. I was just thinking about what you had discussed with Kaylee earlier, where you're going to take Christmas and Boxing Day off.
You can jump up on stream, Mikey. It's perfectly fine.
Okay. Oh, Kay's got me cheesy chips for my supper. Athol says Wales, Mikey. Thank you.
No, I need to go and have my tea. I ain't eaten yet. I've been drinking without food.
Oh, gosh.
Well, that's okay. You're not going anywhere, so that's fine.
Oh, I just noticed, Jim, your T-shirt. Very festive indeed.
Oh, mine? You're talking about?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Thank you. Ironically, the story behind that is I bought that for $5 at a local big box store in the clearance aisle, and it was in the midsummer time. And I've had this for got to be 10, maybe 12 years now.
Yeah.
And I get compliments everywhere I go.
Yeah, it's great.
Oh, I love that. What do you got there? Jingle bells. But what's the character?
Shrek.
Oh, Shrek. Oh, okay.
It says Jingle Bells, Christmas Smells.
Mine's a skull with a Santa hat.
Oh, okay. All right. That's nice. Yeah.
Still gothic, but with a hint of Christmas.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Yeah. Like putting a Christmas hat on Lemmy.
Yeah.
Well, believe it or not, 20 people are still watching this madness.
Well, they're probably all Welsh. They're probably all Welsh.
Yeah.
No. What's happened is they've all fallen asleep and they're just the stream's still carrying.
That's it. That must be it. Well, it's been lovely having you on, Malcolm, for the chat at the beginning, if nothing else.
Yes. The first 5 minutes, it was all about me.
You'll have to come back on again and do another session where I'm not drinking.
I would be happy to. Yeah. And we get to play your the outro now.
We do, which again is Welsh.
It is.
But that's not my doing. That's Malcolm's.
No, that's me.
Wouldn't have it any other way.
I like that.
There you go.
So all else to do.
Yeah.
Athol says Sonic is the same every other place. Bah.
Humbug.
I'm not reading any more comments. I'm going to do the outro. Are you ready for Malcolm's fantastic outro? Don't forget, 11 o'clock, Dark Side Scale modeling tomorrow, people.
Yeah.
Okay.